Hello, dreamers, doers, believers, and achievers. I'm Dwayne Shigg, author, teacher, trainer, and welcome to another edition of Talking Books, the place for people who like books, reading them, and writing them. We are going to talk today to an author who is an awesome author, got a little bit of specialness, and you can probably tell by the name in the lower left hand corner. But we're going to talk to Mr. Simeon Allen Shigg. How you doing, cousin?
I am good. I am good. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the part of the country that you're in while you're watching this. We are grateful for your viewing us on Talking Books. As I said, the place to talk about books if you're writing them or reading them. And Simeon has a new book, brand new book, and we want to talk about that. But first, I want to ask the question. Now, you're an accountant, powerful music, musician, keyboard player, composer. How did you evolve from that to writing children's books? How did that happen?
I think that storytelling is just a part of me. So I've done it through music before. Actually, accounting is a way to tell story through financials. So storytelling is a part of who I am, and this is just an extension of that. I've been writing notes or small poems for quite some time. So this time I actually sat down to try to finish and complete an idea, and I did.
Storytelling. Interesting. I never thought about numbers or counting as storytelling, but that's probably because I'm not good at numbers. But interesting, interesting. Okay, storytelling. And so this book, Manners from the Moon, why did you write this book?
My loving, wonderful mother has a saying she tells to all her grandchildren, I love it when you use your manners. And it's something that I kind of have stuck in my brain for several years. And she said it to Brooklyn, my daughter, several times. And so it's an idea I've been kicking around how to kind of develop that into something readable, something more than just a saying from my mom. And I think I accomplished that.
Okay, Manners from the Moon. Tell us about the book.
So Manners from the Moon is basically a children's story about the need for everyone to use their manners. Given the state of our country and our nation at the time, we all can stand to be a little nicer to each other. So this is just a gentle reminder to use your manners.
Gentle reminders to use your manners. So it's a children's book, but that information can be used by people that are a little bit out of their adolescence also.
Everyone, right? Everyone can benefit from this.
The story, how did it come about? I mean, I know how the book, but in terms of what you put in there and because of awesome graphics, but in the story itself, how did that come about? Was that just imagination or personal events or different things of that nature?
Probably mostly imagination. I tried to approach it from a couple of different ways and wasn't successful in the previous iterations of the story. But I just kind of stuck with that same idea of how do we get the word around. And this is kind of where I landed on. And once I kind of got through the opening of the moon being the person seeing what's going on and needing help to spread the message, everything else kind of just lined up after that once I kind of got that premise of their coming from the moon per se.
Oh, okay. Any particular reason why the moon, or that's just where your imagination took you?
I watch a lot of sci-fi and TV that I probably shouldn't be watching. It's kind of just an idea that just kind of popped up one day after watching probably some random show.
Oh, okay. How does Miss Brooklyn respond now? I mean, she's seen pieces of it, seen you doing it, but how does she respond?
She definitely enjoys the graphics. We're still getting through the story. She is a person who uses her manners for the most part. She's very good about please and thank you. We're working on the I'm sorry though.
Well, she probably figures she has not a lot of things to be sorry for. What did I do? You guys have the
Yeah.
problem, not me.
Yeah, we're working on that part.
Oh, okay. And so the audience for this, who is the audience for this?
I'm thinking anyone kindergarten or down is what the audience is. But as we said earlier, everyone needs a gentle push to remind them to use their manners on a daily basis. So adults reading to kids, kids reading to themselves, but primarily Probably first grade and down, kindergarten and down is probably where we're the target.
Okay, so as parents and grandparents are reading it to their children and grandchildren, there's a little subtlety that say, hey, grandpa, you probably could use this too, right?
Right, right. As a new dad, I read Brooklyn. Me and my wife, we read Brooklyn books very often, and some of the stories are very good. Some of them are not so good. So I wanted something that I would enjoy reading to my daughter as well.
Oh, powerful, powerful. Reminds me of the Toni Morrison quote, if there's a book that you want to read and it hasn't been written, you have the obligation to write it.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Right.
that's good. Want to give a shout out to your graphics or your illustrator. Who is that and how did that come about?
This is my new friend, Diana. I have been on the hunt through Facebook and Instagram and websites and different groups and just going through trying to find an artist whose ideas I enjoyed and liked and I thought kind of represented what I wanted the book to be. And so I met with and emailed and corresponded with a bunch of different illustrators. And then I finally got everything lined up and worked out with Diana.
Okay, good, good, good. Where do you anticipate this book going, into schools or one-on-one, or how's that? What's that direction look like?
Definitely want it to be kind of in people's personal libraries at home. I haven't even thought as far as libraries and schools yet. I'm just happy to have the idea completed and available for purchase. So that's kind of where my brain is at the moment.
Good, good. Manners from, I just love that title, man. Manners from the Moon. And so you say the title came about uh, because of, Auntie Elisa's statement and just the sci-fi-ness of your thinking, right?
Right, right.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So the story itself is a push, as you said, a push for niceties.
Yes.
And yes. How, even though it's written for primarily to children, talk about how that can affect people based on the climate that we're in at this particular time.
Understood. So without going too far blue or red, we just need to be nice to each other. And even with COVID going on right now, it makes it a little more difficult because we're all usually out with our mask on, so we can't see the polite smiles we give each other's. So we need the reminder to know that strangers are just friends you haven't met yet. Mm. So hello, bye, how are you doing? There's some very simple ways that we can still engage in our humanity with people we're coming across on a day-to-day basis.
Powerful, powerful. And so what do you think that does to atmospheres, at the store or at the, wherever you can go? How does that affect atmospheres? I understand what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that engaging people with simple hellos and thank yous and please and you're welcome kind of disarms people from expecting so much negativity. So we all kind of have our guard up right now,
right,
given everything going on, including COVID and our political climate. So one way to kind of still communicate across those lines, across those age lines, or however you want to segregate people, communication across that can start with a simple hello.
Powerful, powerful. If you're just joining us, this is Talking Books, the place to talk about books if you like reading them or writing them. And my guest today is Mr. Simeon A. Shigg, my cousin, awesome accountant, musician, but now diving into and into the deep end, because that's the way we do it, into the deep end of literature. And so he has a book, Manners from the Moon. Let me ask you a question. What did, if anything, what did writing this book do for you?
Writing this book for me gave me the confidence to know that I can start and complete a task. Mm-hmm. So with given everything going on in 2020, some extra time on my hands, I wanted to accomplish something this year. There are other things I've accomplished, but in my personal life, I wanted to have something I can say, look, I did this year. So now that this is available for purchase, this is something that I can hold up for years to come and say, in 2020, I did this. And so that's very reassuring and confirming for me, as well as the support that I'm receiving allows me to think about maybe I could write another book or two or three or four.
What kind of responses have you received from people, family, friends about the book and then the idea of writing a book?
People have been very supportive. I'm not necessarily surprised. I'm extremely grateful and thankful for the friends and people and connections that I have. I even have one of my good friends. We go back several years. He posted on Instagram that he was going to match every copy of the book that his friend group purchased.
Wow.
So he might be up to, say, 7 people have sent him receipts. He's buying another 7 books because he's my friend. And
right.
That's the kind of things I wasn't expecting. I was expecting the congrats, good jobs, but just people saying, oh no, I bought it. Right. So it's very reassuring to know I have people that are showing me support.
Powerful, powerful, powerful. What do you expect this book to do for the young people that are reading it? Yes, it's going to teach us some manners, but beyond that, anything beyond that, or have you focused on that?
I think as we have grown in society and are richer or getting richer and are poorer or getting poorer, sometimes as kids we don't see those tangible examples of that person being famous or that person doing something that I wanted to do. So hopefully a child will see me, shake my hand, give me a hug at some point once we get past all this COVID stuff,
right.
And understand that what their dreams are, they can achieve them too, no matter what they are.
Powerful, powerful. So the writing of this book is about manners, and it's a goal accomplished by you, but it's not just for and about you.
Right, definitely.
Oh, that's powerful, powerful, powerful. You sound like your mother and your father right there. Which is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, they did raise me. They did raise me.
Yeah. So let me go left just a little bit. Your shirt. Talk about that. This is what Black fatherhood looks like. I like that. So tell me about the shirt. What is that?
As a new dad, especially a African American Black dad, we search for ourselves in literature or YouTube or Instagram. So I was very, I was very engaged in finding other Black fathers.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've dabbled in but I found several different dad groups that are African American based or Black based. And so when I see something that I like, I do my best to support it. And this was a shirt that I saw on a website. And so I wear it with pride.
Can you quickly tell the story of you were walking and people looking at you? Can I tell that story right quick?
Okay, so I am originally from Los Angeles, born and raised in Los Angeles. I currently live in San Jose. San Jose has a wonderful jazz festival every year. I had this shirt on, but forgot that I had this shirt on, and I was with my daughter and my mother-in-law, and we were walking through the park at the jazz festival, and a few too many people were staring at me, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. So being from Los Angeles, I'm preparing myself for a different response. And then finally someone walked up to me and said, I really like your shirt. And that's when it dawned on me, people don't see this shirt or someone saying this statement very often. Wow. And so they were happy that someone had the shirt on. I just didn't process that until someone said it to me.
Oh, okay. So you're ready for conversation, LA style.
Yes, intense fellowship, as you say.
Intense fellowship, right. Oh, that's okay. That's a good story. And what the watch this segue from there to writing the book as a Black father, and I'm in doing this show, I'm noticing there are I don't see a lot of Black men writing. There are quite a few, and I'm quite sure there are many. I just need to find them. And so I wanted to applaud you as a Black father, a Black man, delving into this field, because it'll do so much for children, for other young Black men that have a goal, a dream. While we've got a few more minutes, what do you think this? And now you spoke to it overall, but specifically for young men that look like you and me, what do you think this book is going? Although it's a children's book, so it might not be for 15-year-old Pookie or Ray Ray in terms of the content. But what do you think them seeing this show and you writing the book? What do you think that'll do to and for them?
I think any young man who has a dream can achieve that dream. And this will just be another example of, hey, I know someone who accomplished something. Sometimes in San Jose, they often talk about the lack of African Americans or Blacks that are in engineering or software development or things of a technical aspect. Mm-hmm. Part of that is because we don't see those occupations in our day-to-day life. So people want to work on recruiting more people into the field, but you have to back that up to showing engineering and showing software development in high school. And you have to back that up to junior high, because people kind of already have an idea of, people limit themselves starting probably elementary school of what they can be when they grow up. So if you don't see it, or you don't see someone doing it near or close to you, it doesn't even register that it's something that you can do.
Powerful, like writing a book, Manners from the Moon. Can you, before we go, can you give us one tease of the book? When I teach author classes, I tell people, don't talk too much, give them a title, a topic, and a tease. Give us one quick tease from the book.
Yes, I can do that.
You've got several characters. When I was looking through it, I know you've got several interesting characters. But give us a quick tease, and then let us know where we can get it.
See how I can get this up. There we go.
Right.
So this is one of the pages in the book. We have our character Owl that's out displaying the message. And so it simply says, Owl will meet with every flying creature, every gliding creature, and every perching creature, no matter how great or how small. The message was repeated with diligence and haste to spread the simple message to use your manners in every way. Please, thank you, you're welcome, and I'm sorry.
Wow, that is good. That is good. So how long was this percolating before it was published?
I've probably been sitting with the idea of actually writing the book since mid-2019.
Okay. So
it took some time to write the books, and took some time to find the correct illustrator and go through the kind of understanding the publishing process. And so I made another great connection with Bandele Publishing, sorry. And so I was able to achieve that goal. So it took me maybe mid-2019 to now.
Okay. We're here on Talking Books with Simeon Shigg, author of Manners from the Moon. So tell us how people can get their copies of the book.
Manners from the Moon is available at Amazon. It's available at bookshop.org. It's available through Goodread. Almost any book selling site will have the book available.
Okay. And if someone wants to contact you for speaking, for anything of that nature, how can they reach you?
You can reach me through my email, which is my first name last name @gmail. So Simeon.Shigg, SHIGG @gmail.com.
All right. Looking forward to great things, man. Glad that you're pursuing this. Any last words before we go?
Thank you for this opportunity, cousin. I really love you and I really appreciate you. And also to everyone watching, please go buy the book, share the book, and I see you in 2021.
All right, great things. This is Talking Books with Simeon Shigg, author of Manners from the Moon. Go get your copy one more time before we go. Give us where we can get the book.
Amazon.com, bookshop.org, Barnes & Nobles, Goodreads, anywhere they're selling books, they should have the book.
Manners from the Moon, Simeon A. Shigg. I'm Dwayne Shigg, and this has been Talking Books, the place for people who like books, people who want to read books. If you want to follow me, you can reach me on Instagram at encourageman, the letter N, Courage Man, and also my YouTube channel. You can go to Dwayne Shigg, Talking Books, Dwayne Shigg, Encouragement, or just Dwayne Shigg. And you can find me on Facebook at Your Encouragement, that's MINT. And to follow and watch some of our past shows, you can go to that Facebook site or to YouTube. And so we are grateful. We are grateful for being here. And as always, I want you to remember that the dream is doable. Go get it. Stay encouraged. Be blessed.